Okay, this is the water meter video. We're out in front of the house. The house faces south. We're in the parkway between the house and this is I have an analog meter here. You can see the little red triangle right in there. That's the flow indicator. Some people call it cheater wheel or cheater paddle. Call it what you will, but it's very sensitive. If that's moving, water's moving. If I could find the main water shutoff valve, that would be even better. I think we might not have one available because the key is not on this meter. Those things are hot. Now it's okay for your water meter to be in the parkway, but this is the check valve for your lawn sprinkler system, your irrigation system. You should have about 3 inches underneath it. It should be lined with gravel. Apparently it's been lined with rocks. But 3 inches so you can get your hands around these valves and operate them and replace them and service them. Now see the handles? When the handles are rusty like that, they're gone, man. If you try to turn water off using those handles, you'll be replacing the valves. Just saying. I'm leaving that off to come back and get a still image of that. So let's get the water pressure going to the house. We want the closest exterior bib faucet to the meter. That's the one over here between the garages. We're looking for between 40 and 80 psi. Actually, a little below 40 is still acceptable, but 80's too much. Over 80's too much. And come over here. It looks like we got about 75 psi, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So, go a little farther. So that's our water pressure, 75 psi. We passed the meter test. And then coming on along in here, I think I remembered seeing this. I hope I'm not taking on a wild goose chase. That's the main sewer clean out right there. In the front flower bed on the west side of the front portico. I'm not seeing the main water shutoff valve. So while we're in the plumbing mode, the lawn sprinkler irrigation system is inside the west garage. Our zones are not labeled. That's our sensor, a receiver, our weather sensor receiver. This is our weather sensor. It's not properly positioned. The control wires coming from that timer are in this little conduit right here. And it's like the weed whackers have had a field day with that. And then the irrigation line, we have exposed irrigation line. It's okay to expose it, but every 12 inches it should have had a staple put into it. So what we learned? We learned that we passed the meter test. We learned that we have 75 psi. We learned that we cannot find our main water shutoff valve. We learned that our cleanouts are in this flower bed on this side of the front portico. Sometimes the shutoff valve is in the garage. It's not in this garage. It doesn't seem to be in this garage either. Okay, we learned that our sprinkler system zones are not labeled. We learned that our control power conduit is broken. We learned that our sensor is crooked.